what better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between these road warriors and these guys defending their home turf. They're on the Golden Eagles sideline. Look at their coach. Their side still unhappy that they couldn't get the victory last week as their game ended in a tie. And across the field, the Dreadnoughts and their head coach. She and the league excited for this moment as we've got a matchup between two female head coaches. Welcome in, everybody. Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward, and I know all of us are ready for this new season to begin. And we're underway from Canton. Good work so far. He's got room. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week one, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season, and you want to make the most of that chance.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. Completed to his running back. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
This is Royals working the left side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Okay,
3rd and just 2 to go.
3rd and 2.
Here we go, start. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Now after the play, it looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And they'll down this kick at the 11-yard line, so long field ahead on this next possession. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. Leading them out, one of the league's tallest quarterbacks at 6'6". He's a 5th rounder out of Stanford back in 2023, Tanner McKee.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Ready up.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Here's the lone back on the handoff. That one only good for a couple. It's 2nd down. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season, and they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, set.
Back to the well again. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they could be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll throw 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this fourth down.
A gain of 6 yards.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. We've set it down from 37.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Again, left side to Carter. And his defense is firing to begin the season, huh? Great play to get him behind the line. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
As his target, that's Savion Williams. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Come on. Hey! 19, 18.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps these drive moving.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Let's go. Ready?
They go play action on 1st down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 32.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
This one to Williams out left side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Carter up the middle. He's going to take this to the 23. The stop made to set up 3rd and very short.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Bronco 80.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Headed out right. It's on target to Williams. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal. Now they're whistling for a timeout here. Somebody's shaking up on the play. Not the way he wanted to begin his rookie season. Wow, let's hope it doesn't cost him much time. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Cougar 19. Ready.
Now an inside gift to Carter. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
60 ready.
Davis is going to back one here. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
Here we go, start. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Running it with Carter, and he's in for the touchdown. The Dreadnoughts take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dreadnoughts take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1.
Golden Eagles, nothing.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down just inside the 25. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
Let's go now. Half the 60, half the 60.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On play action, McKee. Throw left side, complete. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
McKee on 3rd down. Cut down the field, it's Cooper. He takes it down to the 33. They get 22 out of that play. And that is good for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-0 is our score. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
To the air on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. And he gets crunched by a big hit. Oh, man. Right at the 25 to end it. The Dreadnoughts returning their offense and this running back to the field. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Golden Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
Here's McKee from the pistol. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And some excellent field position awaiting them. That return up close to the 40 before he went out. Their offense running back out now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Shaking off the pick quickly, and he's going to throw. Cut out left. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Hits him on the out route. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. All set to go now from the 35.
60 by 6. 60 by 30.
They'll throw it here on first. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by McWilliams. Hits the 20. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown.
I got to imagine this defense right now has got some kind of tell on this quarterback. He's either giving it away with his eyes or his feet. Interception on the previous drive, and this defense once again jumping all over him.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Golden Eagles push their lead to 6.
13. Red Knot 7.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Now this offense getting set to work here. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 22. And they're going to have a first down now.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Here we go. Shot. 18 Cardinal.
Hand off here to Davis. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Carter here from the gun. And this one only manages the yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Complete beyond the marker. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 8 on that one. And that's going to bring up first down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's go.
The RPO here. It's cut by Williams. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Go.
Now Carter. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Third down from the gun. And the defender's there to knock this away, and that effort means it's 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football. I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Shot. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Blown back into the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Now it's McKee on the play fake. Lasers this one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing third and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here he goes, third and long. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up fourth down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Takes this in at the 25. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The offense headed back to the field. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Working on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So that brings up second down.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
Back to throw now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Go.
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And a fair catch made here at the 17. That count runs their offense. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. This is Cooper working the left side. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Hits him on the in route. And nothing doing after the catch, but a good gain on it. They're down to the 35.
That's good for a Sam 1. First down.
First down throw by McKee. He completes it in traffic. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Halfway to the marker. It's second and 5. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First down, play action. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Incomplete. The coverage by Micah McFadden.
McKee from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with third and long. They'll air it out on third. Finds him on the crossing route. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Sam 1.
key out of the shotgun. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They'll run now on second down. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throw here, third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. They go play action on first down. This is complete. It's Davis. Into the red zone. And that is a touchdown. The Dreadnoughts take the lead just before halftime. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
An extra point attempt coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. The Dreadnoughts take a 4-point lead.
Dreadnoughts 17. Golden Eagles 13.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He's held it just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up second down. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half. 8 yards to go, and let's see how they approach this second down. Stick with the ground game here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. While we checked in with Scott in Orlando, our two teams here, no doubt, made some adjustments. It's a close game here as we get ready for our third quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive in the second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Offense to the line. Here we go. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a new set of downs.
A gain of 14. And a
run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Here we go.
Going to the ground again on first. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Quick throw here to Cooper on the RPO. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. On play action, McKee. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and strength.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
From the gun on 3rd down. He's found some space as he loses the football. Scooped up by the defense. And they can't cobble a return together, but they do have the football. They've got it on their side of the field.
Hey, a normal old stop with 3rd down just wasn't good enough for this crew. Nope, they had to rip the ball away from them literally in an impressive and dominant play that sets their offense up for success.
Now outruns their offense to take over. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the... So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. And quick to the left, it's caught. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
The give here on 2nd. He gets a nice chunk, looks like about 5. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And this is going to be short. Quick stop by the defense to bring up 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
They'll run for this. And the defense escapes. And a nice drive going, but the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. but there was no overcoming a front, just as equally motivated to get off the field.
The Dreadnoughts headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Back now, pressure coming. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Giving him an 18-yard pickup there. And that means first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Get it. Bravo 80.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Second down now. They need 7.
Second and 7.
Go.
At the 47-yard line.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Go.
He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. 12 yards on that play. A good call, and that's him the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Here's Carter on the carry. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Play is made by Mac McWilliams.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
He's going to throw it. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Handoff here for Carter. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
That's another Canton. First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
Ready.
They'll try and punch it in. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Back on 2nd and goal. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
Cougar 19.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Pass it down close. And in he goes for the touchdown. The Dreadnoughts push their lead further to start the half. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. The Dreadnoughts drive their lead to 11.
24. Golden Eagles 13.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Golden Eagles and this running back headed back out for a new series. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
The screen pass falls incomplete.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. Hop behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing. Proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Oh, that one didn't have any of it.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. They'll throw, 3rd and long. This throw is going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the result's 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalked up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. This offense ready to get going again now. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. First down now, ball at the 33.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Shotgun handoff to Carter. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
3rd and long for him here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. This offense making its way back out now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. McKee looking to throw. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Desperation time here on 4th. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 7. First down.
First down throw by McKee. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
McKee out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge? There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. And maybe time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
Motioning left is their running back. Desperation time here. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Working quickly here. Quick throw is caught. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
In the red zone now. Throw is caught. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
4 yards to go.
Pass right side, complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal. Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
The team from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
All right, so defensively you've seen 2 throws now. You turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you'll have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
3rd down from the gun. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down. So a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now we've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen when these old linemen run off the sidelines, big fellas. They're not going to be too happy about not putting one run on the board.
No, sir.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And this will give them some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. Here comes their offense out again. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Deputy, keep a wolf.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A give now from the gun. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Working now from the gun. Quick slant, that's Williams. He finds space, middle of the field. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. Such an exciting play lost because of that penalty. And this offense now left to think of their next calls. They make the long walk back down the field.
Ready.
They'll run here following the penalty. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
Let's go. 19, 18. Let's go.
He's back to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for Savion Williams that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right? They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. Here's McKee. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's McKee from the pistol. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now to throw. Finds him over the middle. He's officially in the enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
7-yard gain. That's good for a San Juan.
Setting up to pass. Trying to push deep downfield. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw. Swatted away by the defense. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing now. That's caught in stride by Rice. And they make the stop, I'm going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. That's another San Juan first down.
Back to throw.
At the 37-yard line.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. McKee back to throw. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
To throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Dreadnoughts make the play that should win them this game. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Here's a design run. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. Well, partner, long season ahead, but undoubtedly a good start here today, getting the win in Week 1.
Yeah, a bad start now on the other side can snowball on you. 1 loss into 2 into 3 and so on. But you get that early win, it can get you playing at a midseason level in the early goings of a season and lead to a really good start that has you talking playoff hopes in the front half of the schedule.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Dreadnoughts as we say so long from Canton.